Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon111, and welcome back to Rogue Legacy, where we're taking a look at our current character, who's a shinobi. High strength, but can't land critical strikes, lots of move speed, low HP and MP, and no foot pulse, which means we don't have to worry about 4 spikes that come out of the ground, because they won't sense us. We also have that, and rather than a double jump, we have some flight, just based on our currently available runes. This character should try to make some progress in the forest. However, if they struggle at all, we need to back off and go back to the castle to try to use our vampirism to heal up. I think that's the big picture strategy. And yeah, if things turn out really successful, maybe we could find, and perhaps even fight the forest boss. This is not the ideal boss killer, I don't think, though. Yeah, and even if we don't find the forest boss, it would be good to just get a bunch of money. We're still in that stage of the game where there are tons of pretty necessary... Ooh, can I deal with that guy? Let's see how many hits it takes to break him. If it's only one and he's gonna jump up and hit his head on the ceiling sometimes, I think we're okay. There we go, and I got a chicken leg to boot. Great. Silver cape. Very nice. That might be the first cape that I want to wear. We chose not to purchase any of our previous capes because none of them were super great. I think the silver one might be good. But yeah, big picture. Oh, darn it. I forgot that I had flight, and so I tapped the button, but unfortunately that meant I was hovering rather than falling back down, and then I ended up too high to swing at the warg. So there is a very long-winded explanation of how I just took damage right there. Ooh. Oh, there was a chicken leg and I just let it go. Oh, that's so sad. Chicken legs are so delicious. I actually just had chicken leg IRL. I guess lunch? Yeah, it's noon. So we'll call it lunch. I've been sleeping at odd hours sometimes lately. And when you do wake up at an odd time, you have to make decisions about what you want to name your meals. But I'll call that meal lunch. And I had a couple of chicken legs and they were delicious. No foot pulse, so the spikes are not coming out. But it looks like we're at a dead end. So it looks like there's more to explore to the right. So let's go that way. And I should use my... Since I do have Siphon, and each kill is getting me a little bit of magic points back, I should use my magic spell when it feels like it's going to be valuable. This narrow hallway is not the best place for it, though, and the enemies are pretty manageable just with the sword. Yeah, in general, enemies are going to be manageable with the sword with this character because they are so strong. They're one-shotting almost everybody here in the forest, which at my current level is pretty great. That is the power of the shinobi. Alright. Well-timed strikes. Doing some work. Oh boy. Oh, there was another bloob here and I didn't see him. The green blended in with the green of the forest floor. Sure, we'll put you in the back. There was another tower guard over here, and maybe we'll find a chicken leg if we're lucky. But maybe we won't be lucky. This room could go okay if these guys come toward me. That's great, got one of them. And the other. You're not too scary. Oh boy. He says all of a sudden being scared. And I would like to break the furniture on the ceiling. Good. That's not a great room for me. So let's try going a different way. If I were at full health, I would give that room a try. In my current situation, I'd prefer to look around. So yeah, this is the trade-off of the shinobi. I talked in the previous episode about having a bunch of hit points. Means you can afford to make mistakes, and then have some time to recover from those mistakes by healing back up through vampirism. This player, since they have less of a hit point pool, allows fewer consecutive mistakes. And so I really need to exercise care and caution in terms of which rooms I choose to fight. Guardian Sword. I think that one is also an upgrade. This is a boss, but I think I can kill it. I've already gotten 2 of the hits, and I need like 2 more. Oh boy. Oh crap. Okay, got it. Took a bit of damage, but as a result, we get the Sky Sword. That's even better than the Guardian Sword, I think, if I'm remembering how things go. There is another way to go up here, which might be a safe room to go into, but this also might be where we need to turn around and go to the castle and heal up a bit. This guy's not bad. And I still haven't used my spell. Let's start getting familiar with it. Oh, I missed. Alright, it doesn't deal a whole lot of damage is the problem. So, I'm still gonna need Sky Bracers. Alright, we're finding lots of equipment. But yeah, still gonna need to use my sword to kill most of the guys in this zone. Oh boy. Alright, I'm misaimed. Oh boy, and now I'm out of magic. Okay. Can I hit you through the wall? Oh, I can. Nice. Sword is just long enough. Take advantage of that. At this point, yeah, I am going to... Oops, wrong button. Quit to the title screen so that we can go back to the beginning of the castle, grab some free furniture in here, and see if we can find some easy rooms with some easy guys to kill to get our hit points back. And get some magic point back as well. But it should be the case that in this zone, we're going to one-shot almost everybody. I think even a Charite, or some of the tankier enemies we might come across. This character will still be strong enough to one-shot. And one-shotting enemies really is... Oh, crap. You have to see them and actually hit them if you're going to one-shot them, though. One-shotting enemies is really a game changer, because all the projectile enemies, like this guy, you can just run right towards and hit them before they have a chance to get a shot off as you enter a room. And that's just a huge advantage. Alright, let's try going up this way. Patience. Alright, more furniture in every direction. So many directions to go. Let's go to the right. Alright, furniture at least. And our movement speed makes it easy to avoid these shots. I am one-shotting Charites, at least at that level. It's possible that we'll see some rooms with higher level enemies. Alright, but that was quickly a dead end. And now we have to go back through this dangerous and otherwise unfruitful room to explore some more. Hey, this looks good. You are the threat. Oh crap, I forgot again that I'm flying and not double jumping. And I ended up hovering in the air when I was expecting to fall down. And I took damage as a result. So I do think that the flying upgrade is superior in general to the double jump. But it is a little bit harder to use, and especially when I've just recently transitioned over to it. I have to get out of my muscle memory, and have to remember now that that's how repeatedly pressing the button is going to behave. Curse Rune is unlikely to be used. This is a great rune for this character. Ouch! Since they have peripheral arterial disease. And don't have to worry about the floor spikes. I'm doing a poor job of actually getting up onto this platform. Ah, I did it again! Alright. I lied. It's not a great room for this character, it's awful. Let's take down those bits of furniture, though. But yeah, this is one of those rooms where the spikes that come out of the floor are typically one of the main threats. Ouch! I need that chicken, thank you. Also, oh gosh. Alright, Plonky is a higher version of the... Planky? Maybe that was a Planky? I forget. He shoots more projectiles in different directions, and they surprised me and I did poorly. So good for the monsters, bad for me. Oh boy! Okay. Saw the guard box in time before it had a chance to go off. And now... Oh, darn it. Alright. I should have just one-shot that guy when I first came in. I could have exited the room, re-entered, and then gotten the jump on him. And I didn't do that. And that would have been a better strategy. Yeah, it definitely takes more reflex ability to pilot a character with this much movement speed. But as I've talked about before, the movement speed itself is definitely an advantage if you can just control it. There we go. Rather than go to the right, let's check out some of these other rooms first. I think I'm at risk of taking damage there, and it's unlikely in the castle to be any piece of equipment that I really need, because at this point, the better equipment is going to be found in the forest and in the later sections. So I think that justifies just skipping that room, at least when I'm not at full health. Alright, what do we have over this way? I don't love this room, but it's not awful. It's just tedious. It's definitely possible to move more swiftly through this room, but I'm very bad with timings. I tend to run into fireballs if I do. So I choose to do it that way. And we got through it damageless and actually picked up a chicken leg, and so we're in pretty good shape again. That was the goal of coming to the castle. Defeat some easy enemies, take advantage of our huge strength to one-shot everybody, get our hit points back up so we feel comfortable going back into the forest, which is where the good stuff is going to be. And yeah, I'm basically back up to maximum, and we found a teleporter to the Maya. So let's go back to the forest. Maya would probably kill us very quickly, but the forest will be ripe with opportunities. Oh boy, I did not see the second Planky. Ah, Plinky, sorry. Plinky, Planky, Plonky. Are the three versions of those enemies. Plinky's the easy one. And despite that, I still got hit by one. So yeah, perhaps if I were more familiar with all of the room layouts, and could anticipate exactly where monsters are going to spawn in all these rooms. Sage bracers. Probably not going to wear those. Yeah, knowing the room layouts can be... Oh, I didn't realize I didn't kill you before. Crap. Can be a huge advantage. Because if you can kind of instantly visually parse the room and thus anticipate where the monsters are going to be, yeah. That's just kind of coming through, I don't know, learning and practice with the game. And the fact that so many of the room layouts, even though there's 4 different zones, a lot of the room layouts are kind of reused. And so rooms that you might see in the castle will have a corresponding room layout here in the forest that just kind of has a different coat of paint to make it look a little bit different. But it's actually pretty similar in terms of rooms. Ouch. Alright, that was just bad timing. Fortunately, we got saved with a chicken leg. Oh boy, get out of there. That, you might die, actually. And I would like to see that happen. I think I missed my opportunity. Alright, go away, Spike Ball. I'm no longer interested in you. You want the Spike Balls to die, if possible, because since I get 3 hit points back for each kill, killing the Spike Ball counts as a kill. So you might as well try to get them to die. But you can only get them to die by having them collide with walls multiple times in a short period of time. And sometimes it's hard to deflect them just so, to make that happen. Alright, so instead... Oh! I did not see this guy. And once again, I know, in theory, that in this room layout there's going to be another monster near the top. And I just failed to react to it. Okay, so we're back down at like half health. This room is doable. Let's just stay on the top portion of it for now. We can attack the bottom from the bottom. Quantum Translocator lets you do a teleport in a room. I think it's a pretty niche spell. in terms of its utility. Oh boy, that was much more dangerous than I thought it was going to be. Oh, hey, chicken leg. Perfect. Yeah, I think I'll stick with the side for now as my spell, even though I'm hardly using it. Alright, more magic that I... Oh, another chicken leg. Fantastic. It's like lunch all over again. Alright, one-shotting wargs as a game changer. Still managed to get hit by... Oh. By two of them and die. Alright. Game changer, but not enough of a game changer. We did kill a bunch of guys, though. So how much gold did we manage to uncover? We will find out shortly. That miner could be good. Let's try using a miner. They're not very powerful, but they get more gold. However, did I get any runes that I would consider game-changing? Let's take a quick look. I don't think so. How about equipment? I'm pretty sure there's going to be something in here that we will want. Guardian Sword is extra armor with a little less damage. Sky Sword is straight up more damage. Yeah, let's take the Sky Sword. I like that. And I think there might have been one other piece of armor. Sage Limbs just give you a gold bonus at a penalty to everything else. Sky Limbs are more built for magic. And I'm still, if I play an Archmage at some point, that might be worth it. And then this cape, Silver Cape, adds Siphon, but needs 35 weight. That's a lot of weight for just a little bit of Siphon, and Siphon just gives me some magic, which I was just saying. It's not all that valuable to me. So I think actually we're going to leave those bits alone. And instead, every time we can, take advantage of gold gain up, which is going to spend all of our resources, but we're going to do it. So we get more gold, it's an investment. This character shoots daggers backwards because they're ambivalous. Otherwise, we've got a ton of movement speed because miners also move very quickly. So that's great. However, this guy's going to be pretty underpowered. And so since the goal is just to get gold as opposed to finding new equipment and things, we're going to stick in the castle with this character, where I probably am powerful enough to one-shot a lot of these enemies. And the goal is just to find treasure chests and get lots of gold. And then we can buy upgrades for the next character, who perhaps will be a stronger character who could work on trying to go deeper into more difficult zones or find bosses to kill, etc., etc. Really got to play to the strengths of the current child, of the current descendant in your bloodline, who you've got, rather than just trying to statically pick a play style that you're good at and run with it. The game really demands that, and that's one of the nice aspects of being a roguelike, is the fact that every run you have to change and adapt your strategy. Makes the game interesting, in my opinion. Wow, didn't even one-shot that guy. Alright, look at all this gold we're getting, though. Each coin is worth 19, and it's quickly adding up. We're already at 2,000, and we've not been playing for very long. Alright, I think the Spelunkers are also more likely to find like gold coins in furniture or something, and that might be a change with the mod that wasn't in the base game. If so, it's a good change, because the Miners and Spelunkers were pretty underpowered in the base game, and so this makes them much more viable, usable characters that you'd actually want to choose in certain runs. Alright, I would like to get at the guy who's shooting blood bullets at me. First, we have a bunch of other guys who need to be dealt with. Alright, now is the chance. Boom. He's dead. It's another room of this shape, but this time there isn't anybody firing long-term projectiles. So I feel much better about my odds. And once again, I've completely forgotten about my spell. Eventually, there might be a room where it's going to be good to use. Don't think we have yet found that room, though. Oh boy. Alright. Almost moved too quickly there. But fortunately, moving quickly is a two-way street, and I was able to retreat just as quickly and get away from the zombie. Or at least that's how I'm choosing to spin it. Alright, chicken leg was unnecessary. We're in great shape. Another unnecessary chicken leg. Since I'm a miner, I definitely want to break all the furniture. Oh boy. Alright, this guy got me before. So how about we do the clever thing and just leave him alone? Although there was a chest in there. And a chest would be super valuable. Hermes Boots. Now I can stand on stationary spikes. That's nice. Alright, chest is valuable. Let's get chest. Okay, safe to get chest. Got a bunch of money. Didn't even notice how much money. Let's pay attention to like how much money I get from one chest with this character, actually. Next time I see a basic gold chest with all the muns. Nice. Let's do this. Oh boy. Oh, that was close. That was a case where movement speed definitely saved me from taking damage. There's a lot of bad guys in here. There is a chest, so let's just do this. Zing! And I forgot to look at how much money it was. I can be forgiven because we were in a hurry in that room. Alright. I can take you out first, and take you out second. Either order is acceptable. Ah, darn it. I really thought I timed that one correctly. But I was wrong. Huh, this is a big room to not have a chest in it. But based on the mini-map, it doesn't look like there is one. Still, lots of furniture. Each one could house a coin. Every little bit of money helps. Actually, a chicken leg could help too. I'll probably kill enough enemies that just through vampirism I'm going to be getting my HP back right now. Okay. Got the room full of furniture. I accidentally deflected that guy, didn't really want to. It'll be fine. Don't sweat it. I say don't sweat it, but it's actually kind of a hot day here. I am sweating a little bit in real life. Try to turn off the air conditioner in the room. Got a window air conditioner for good audio when I'm recording. But the trade-off is, if I record for a long period of time, it gets hot. We each have our burdens to bear. It's a pretty minor one in the grand scheme of things. Oh boy. That was about as close as I could have gotten to that zombie without actually taking contact damage from him. So I feel fortunate there. We can come back to the top of that room in a moment. There's a zombie. Hello. And hello, money. I haven't found a gold chest in a while. Like if you... Okay, there's one. There is a big dude in here. He just one-shot me. Didn't see it coming. I was focused on the timing of the scout in the upper right. Well, I kind of blew that one. That's a shame. Ooh, paladin with ADHD but dwarfism. That could still be an interesting character. Let's try this guy. And I've already forgotten. Apparently, well, you know what I should do? Let me just go turn off the newness of all these runes just by hovering over them once, so that I'll know if I actually pick up new runes. So I'll take a moment to do that. Alright, there were not any runes that I wanted to purchase. I'm super big on potion up, because basically it makes the potions and chicken legs that you find more valuable. And eventually I am going to need more equip up, so that I'll be able to equip some heavier items. So I'm just going to go ahead and invest in that. This character is going to be a little bit weird to play, but I think we could do some good things. And I think this character is strong enough. Paladins have more armor and strength to go into the forest. So we'll attempt to do so here at the beginning. And I just have to work on the range. Okay, there's a chicken leg and a potion. Let's fight the rest of the guys in this room, in case I need that chicken leg for later. Once I leave the room, the chicken leg will disappear. But while I'm in the room, it can hang out. There we go. And be in reserve or if I take damage like that. Ouch! Oh, and like that. Yikes. That was embarrassing. Okay. Still down a little bit on hit points, but that helped mitigate the otherwise disaster of taking foolish damage. Yeah, disasters may be overselling it. It was unfortunate. We'll recover. Struggling to get at this guy. Okay. With the projectile guy out of the way, I'm less concerned about the dangers posed to me by these slower moving enemies, whose movements I feel capable of anticipating and reacting to. Alright, projectile guy though, you gotta go. Oh, nah, I did not see the spike ball coming. Rats. Got two zoned in on who I thought was the only enemy in the area. And it turned out there was another. Alright, Vampirism is doing some work though, and so our hit points still aren't in that bad of a shape. What can we find over here? Yeah, I think the Sky Cape gives you 2 double jumps. And so once you get double jumps off of equipment, it basically frees up runes that you would typically need in order to have sufficient movement to play the game well. It frees up those runes then to be used on things like Vampirism, to keep your hit points up, or Bounty to get more gold. And that's kind of ideal, like moving some of the movement things onto your equipment so that your runes... this is the carnival game that I don't like, so we're not going to do it. That's kind of a good medium-term goal, just in terms of the metagame of how you progress your character, or at least in terms of how I like to progress a character. Or a character. How you progress your family line, I suppose. Since each character is an individual who's going to die a permanent death. Alright, Earth Azor, you're my next target. Kablam. Dealt with. And now I just have to pick the right height to jump to where they don't hit me, but my sword can hit them. And I mostly got it dialed in. Okay, since I am a tiny character, I can walk through this passage, but so can you. Okay, got him. Surprise! I've come to hit you with your ankles, skeleton. Hopefully that's your Achilles heel. Heel, ankles, yeah, that works. I'll allow it. Sometimes when you're playing a game, commentary doesn't make sense. That time, it pretty much made sense. Once again, I'm failing to use my spell. I do have a Chakram, which is a very good spell. And so I should take advantage of it when it makes sense to. Just finding those right times where it really makes sense. Saw this guy coming and I wanted to just go ahead and get rid of him. Get some hit points off of him, etc., etc. This is one of those room layouts where there could be a fairy chest hidden in the corner, but in this instance there is not. Oh, and we're back in the castle. Alright, well, since I'm here, let's kill some more guys and get our hit points all the way back into maximum. And then we'll head back into the forest, I think. Because this character certainly is strong enough to pull some good loot out of the forest. But it never hurts to have more HP buffer before you go into the harder area. Sure, with my movement speed and flight. This room is merely an annoyance, but not really a threat. And let's mix up the music. What am I in the mood for? I don't recognize this music at all, so let's let it play for a bit. Just as a little something different. Did we listen to this once before now? Now it sounds vaguely familiar. I don't know. It's got kind of a nondescript piano thing going on that may or may not actually be familiar to me. Okay, but we're back at full power. And so, having done that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to peek into... Oops. Get information about other games that developers have made on these paintings when they're not bosses. I'm going to peek into all these other rooms just to see if there's anything great. And if there's nothing great, then I am going to teleport back over to the forest. Okay, this is dead end, so we might as well get it here now. Whilst we are here. And then there's one other room choice back over here in the bottom left. Then we'll go back to the forest. This room's super easy. Oh boy! Had to say it, didn't you, Brian? Oh, this room's super easy. Alright, at least we got rewarded with a chicken leg. Which I then immediately squandered. But at least we also got rewarded with a fairy chest hidden in the ceiling. For Gersarin. Okay, but let's do the thing. Where we go back to the forest. Regardless of the fact that screwed some things up there. Maybe there'll be a chicken leg in this room, actually. Let's check it out before we go to the forest. No chicken leg here. Alright. Let's go right and down this time. There is a chicken leg there that I can fall back on if I need it. So over here, that's not a great room for this character, although there is a passageway, I think. Oh, this is a good room. And actually, this is a room where Chakram is likely to work well because there will be a number of enemies on the floor, and my Chakram can go through all of them. Oops. And then I just went and ruined it by getting knocked out of the room. When you get knocked out of the room, all the enemies' healths get reset. For the enemies who remain alive. Oh gosh, this guy's coming right for me. I need to kind of tank him a little bit. Deal with him. But then I'm going to send another Chakram this way. So there's a Chain Tor. Yeah, that might be the only other guy left on the ground. And that thing is totally going to die, so let's just watch it. Yep, there we go. 3 hit points for me. Oh, this was not as large of a room as I thought. There's another version of this room that is wider, I believe. That's the one I thought I was getting into. Okay, so this room, somewhere in it, I think there's a dwarf passage that I could fit through. I might be misremembering, and it's not this room. Alright, let's just go through that room then. This is not a good room. That's a good room for a giant, where his long arms can fit through the walls and hit the enemies who are trapped inside the boxes. This little dwarf, not doing nearly as well. And honestly, we've taken a bit of damage. So this could be a good time to go back to the beginning of the castle and defeat a few more easy enemies over here before we go back into the forest. A lot of these kind of interstitial rooms without enemies and just with environmental threats. I definitely prefer the rooms with enemies, both in terms of being more fun to play as well as being more profitable when I'm going after golden equipment. Oh, yeah! Alright, that was bad. Just because I can, I see that there's a way to cut through as a dwarf character there. I haven't had a chance to make that move in this playthrough, and so I just feel like taking advantage of it. Even though it didn't do a whole lot for me. Alright, but yeah. Lots of enemies in this room, lots of fun to fight. Didn't feel too frustrated with myself for taking too much damage. And doing a good job keeping an eye out for paintings that might come to life. This is another room where the Chakram could do some work. Yeah, might have taken out multiple guard boxes there I didn't see. And yeah, big symmetric room. It's a good place to use your spells. Hit enemies you otherwise don't immediately see. Like that guy. Haha. Nice. Alright, thank you for the... Oh! My flight ran out just at the wrong moment. And I fell right on top of that guy and then fell on the spikes. That was a bad little sequence there. That's just a trap room. Designed to kill the unsuspecting. Yes, thank you for coming towards me, but come towards me and also don't be about to shoot again. Oh boy! Okay, here's another place to use a Chakram. And I think I defeated multiple of those Plinkies. And made the rest of the room relatively safe to traverse. Hooray. There's a fairy chest in this room, but first off, let's get rid of projectile enemies. And then see what we've won. It's a vampire rune on the sword. Nice. Okay, that is super great. I love me my vampire runes. And I also love me fairy chests that can be gotten with flying characters. Sprint rune. Alright. That one's just okay. Looks like the next way to explore is probably back to the left and a little bit down. So let's go racing over there and see what we find. Alright. Good job waiting for the visionary, so that all of his blood bullets were kind of going in a easy to dodge pattern. And then... hiya! Great. Alright, 6,000 gold, not bad. Let's see how much more we can get. Ooh, this time I am in the mood to gamble for whatever reason. So, let's pay a quarter of our gold and... lose the game. Oh well, I gave it a try. I'll meet you guys over, oops, at the next room. Alright, what do we have in here? Just furniture to break. And text to avoid reading. You come to life? Yes. How about you? Also, yes. I've got some magic sitting there, so let's take advantage of it by throwing Chakram. If I had been better at throwing that Chakram, I could have killed both skeletons. You know what? Let's do that. Alright, other skeleton dead. And many directions I can go. This character is fast and small, so I feel pretty confident that I can get the chest and get out. Coin magnet is awesome. One of the best improvements to the mod, in my opinion, because picking up the gold was just tedious before. I mean, also risky, so there was like a skill level involved, but it's just more fun to see all the gold come flying towards you. That's my opinion. And if your opinion differs, then you're wrong. I kid. Alright. Has good room for money, and actually, health is not in bad shape either. What else can we do over here? Use our short arms to kill this guy. Gonna use our short arms because they're the only arms we've got. And I guess proportionally they're fine. They definitely are shorter than the average character. And combined with the good movement speed that I have, does make it very important to time your swings well. That spike ball is going to die in just a moment. We'll see some gold flying towards me in a bit. This spike ball also looks like it's going to die on its own, actually, and so I'm going to wait for that to do that, because if I were to hit it, I would disrupt its pattern, and then it would be less likely to die. And after the spike ball has killed itself, I'm not good at this room, so I'm going to choose to avoid it. Know your strengths and weaknesses. Alright, there was a dwarf passage there that I didn't take that would have been a minor shortcut. No big deal. Oh, hello, chicken leg. I actually don't need you. Look at that. Oh, this is the entrance to the Maya. Since we're at full health, let's take a peek. Maybe we can get some good loot out of 1 or 2 easy rooms right at the beginning, without taking on too much risk. And we can also get a fair bit of gold by killing some Maya strength enemies. Please come towards me. Thank you. Alright, and if I'm patient, I can just do this a few times. It's not a difficult enemy to deal with. But I'm just, for whatever reason, even when it's a simple repeating timing, I sometimes am not good at the timing. I think I've gotten better, though. I think there was a time where I was completely awful at those timings, and now, mostly through practice, I've gotten the rhythm down. Alright. Did well in that room. This room is going to be difficult. We're going to say no to that room. This room has possibilities. This chest is going to come to life because it's a mimic. Actually, this is a good place to use a chakram or 2 or 3. The mimic will come toward me, which is fine. Oh, there's multiple mimics. Crap. Okay. And it was a mimicant. There's like 3 tiers of mimics. And I don't remember what their names are and their behavior and everything. We are down a little bit on health, and since we have this available, let's just go ahead and eat a chicken leg before we progress any further into this dangerous area. You are not too hard to kill. There's a big dead zone that I can safely stand. This was a dangerous room to come into because it's going to be dangerous to exit as well, because there's a spike ball right by the exit. In retrospect, I should not have come down into this room. But now that we're here and have killed most of the enemies, I can probably finish off the rest with very little risk. Alright, it's not sunk cost fallacy. It actually made sense. Alright, we're going to peek here. And... I could just grab the chest. I could not just grab the chest. All of a sudden, the spike balls and the enemy ran me out of spaces to hide. Alright, but we got that chest right before we died, so at least we got some good money out of it. And now... Ooh. Let's try an Archmage for next time. We did not get equipment, but we did get runes that I wanted. So... Another vampire rune, I'd have to give up a sprint to do it. Do I have another sprint that I could equip elsewhere? I would have to give up that for that. That's haste, not a dash rune. I do have a dash rune here, and I can give up flight. I think I can juggle my... Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to put this on. I get rid of my flight. Then I'm going to switch this one to vampirism. And then finally... I could switch Siphon to double jump. Actually, I really don't need this haste rune. Let's change this one to flight. There we go. So I think that's a good way to juggle those. This character has Conflux, Flame Orbs, and the sword. And then with my monies, I'm still quite fond of Potion Up. It's going to use most of our money. Let's do a Potion Up, and I guess that's going to use pretty much all of our money. Alright, that's fair. Alright, well, for next time, we will have an Archmage who has a good assortment of spells and enough movement capabilities. Oh, I don't have a dash. What did I just misdo? I thought I got the dash back from someone. Let's do this here, I guess. So I've got Vampirism, Bounty, Siphon, Balance Rune, which is both Vampirism and Siphon, Flight, and a dash. Okay, yeah, that'll work well for next time. Hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you again soon with some more modded Rogue Legacy. For now, bye-bye.